Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way. And today I will show you the InMotion V12S. Look at that baby. So pretty. So let me tell you more about it. Wrong Way. And first up, huge thanks to InMotion themselves for providing me this wheel for testing purposes. If you want to get a wheel like this, there is links in the description, maybe even coupons if any are applicable. So if you want to get a wheel and support the channel at the same time, then yeah, feel free to use those links and I'll get some sunglasses. And I have to say that when the sun is out and all of the leaves are on the ground, and some of them are still on the trees, but most of them are already gone, man, Poland is just so beautiful. Like, look at that tree there. So pretty. But yeah, today we talk about this, the V12S, and basically why it exists. So first up, let's start with the specs. This is a 1500 watt-hour wheel, which makes it the same capacity as the V11Y, but at the same time, it is about 5 kilograms heavier. This is 35 kilograms, making it one of the heaviest wheels out of the market with this battery size. Like, you have the veteran patent, much more battery, V11Y, 30 kilograms. So V11Y, is this so heavy? Well, for once, it is a lot more robust, and it looks, well, on the pictures it doesn't really look that well, but when you see it in real life, I think it's just so cool, and it looks so different than all of the other EUCs with this nice aluminum. I put a stock Velcro here, but maybe I'm even gonna take it off because I don't know, I just feel like this wheel is just so pretty. And this construction is also really huge. So this wheel is really big for a 1500 watt-hour wheel, which definitely puts some weight onto the scale of the V12S. We have a high performance motor here. It's a 16-inch wheel. It goes very fast, up to 70 kilometers an hour. I didn't test that yet. But it doesn't have as much torque as, for example, the V14. Just 35-degree inclines, but I'm yet to test that. I'll make a separate video when testing all of the performance of this wheel. Bam! 30 degrees. Let's check it out. Now, I'm sure it can go up it, but the question is how much it overpowers, or how easy it is to overpower it. Oh my god. Okay, it's very easy to overpower it on such an incline, but it still does do 30 degrees. Let's do that real quick. Once again, going down. Woo! Let's do that. Yeah, it's struggling. It's probably the least torquey wheel for this price. Makes me wonder then, why does the Aero have so much torque and this doesn't? Maybe InMotion is all about safety, or maybe they're just having their limits set a little bit too low. And this is the newest software, by the way. We also have different suspension on this wheel, which is very Lynx-like. So we have oil spring dampers, making it a lot more robust. And, you know, I have to tell you, I never really liked the InMotion V11, but this is just fun and genuinely an enjoyment to ride. So let's get to the features of this wheel. Starting on the top, InMotion really went high-tech with the V12S. We have a huge screen here, over 4 inches in size. So almost as long. No, this is also a touch screen, and it's very readable in broad daylight. You can set up what parameters you want to see on, you know, those two areas here. Here I have voltage. Here I have now the available mileage, but there's plenty of stuff to choose from. Single mileage. I wonder if there's partner mileage as well. We have the speed here. We can lock the wheel, and the great thing about InMotion is that they have the Ride Connect feature now. So it is actually connected with 4G. You can see it here, 4G. And it will track where your wheel is. So if it gets stolen, you will know where your wheel is. Well, at least technically, if they're not like an underground bunker. But that is a really nice feature in InMotion wheels, and the V12S has that too. You can also turn on and off the light. The only issue is you can't turn them on or off while riding. So this is the only device I know where you can't turn on or off the light when you are riding on the wheel. Just a bit of a weird feature. Here we also have settings, and there's plenty of stuff to choose from. You know, the top speed, you can set up the ambient lighting. There's also a sound wave, so the wheel makes sounds when it rides. I mean, I just really love that everything is in here. I mean, this is just so practical. I just wish you could set up the balance angle in decimal increments. So like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. The increments in whole numbers are just a bit not enough for me. There's also plenty of other stuff you can do on the screen. Basically, most of the things you can do on the app, you can also do on the screen. Here you can also see that there is a BMS 1, BMS 2. So this wheel has a smart battery management system. On paper, this should be the safest wheel out there among with other InMotion wheels because it has the UL 2272 certificate. It has the Samsung 50S high performance cells, which also have a additional safety certificate. And of course, smart BMS. You can monitor the cells. So if there's anything wrong with this wheel, the wheel will notify you. And actually, I tried to, by accident, charge it at a too high a voltage and nothing happened. It just told me, hey, something's wrong. I have it in the, Chinese language right now. Just because it's cute. So I didn't really know what it said, but it didn't allow me to charge at this higher voltage and nothing got damaged. So after it sort of rebooted, I could just use it as normally. And I tried to charge it at 140 volts with a pit zoom charger. So I'm happy that everything's all right with the wheel. The wheel also has a set of bumpers here in the front. We have some in the back as well. The back I don't really like, it's not that nice. And as you can see, the mudguard is way too short. I have so much dirt from just like 1 or 2 rainy rides, but it does have IP certificates, so you can ride it in the rain without any issues. On the top, my favorite sort of trolley handle. I come to love it a lot at InMotion. So you just press here, and I just usually do it with my right hand. So maybe not in this way, but yeah, it locks in place on the top. It feels nice. It's not super sturdy on the top, but it's definitely more than enough. And you can also still lift up the wheel while the trolley handle is up. And there's also a lift switch here, so you can lift up the wheel very naturally. You don't need to press any button. So 35 kilo, not the lightest wheel to lift up, but here you go. I really like the lights on this wheel as well, both in the front and in the back. This is really bright and flashes when you brake. And the front lights have a very nice cutoff beam. They're very powerful. Could be a bit broader of a beam, but still. And there's also a projector beam here. So in the night when you ride, you just see InMotion in front of you. I mean, it's a gimmick, but I don't know, I like it. I just like this little bit of innovation and fun that InMotion brings to the table. An issue here, though, is that fog is building up here. So when I get out or in and the temperature changes, there's condensation. So they should work to remove that. This is also the power button of the wheel, really nicely integrated into this light up sort of button. Really cool. I was actually searching for the button at first. I couldn't find it, but this is it. And yeah, let's go back to the back. Here we also have speakers, so you can listen to music, and you can also do this group share audio that InMotion sort of markets in their products. So take a listen to a song real quick, how the speakers sound. They're just a bit, I would say, worse than like a usual JBL small flip something. But definitely not bad. I'm just waiting for a wheel to have speakers facing up so the rider can actually hear it the best and not people on the side. I usually don't listen to music when I ride, so I don't really need those speakers, but it's cool they're there. And they also provide you with additional info when something happens to the wheel. Here we have charge ports in the back. So 84 volt wheel, those 4-pin connectors, USB-A, USB-C for charging your phone, very nice. But one thing I don't get is this wheel comes with a 2.8 amp charger, so 7 hours for a full charge, while the V9 comes with a 4 amp charger. So the V9 has a faster charger than a wheel with a bigger battery. Nonsense. I don't know why it is like that. I think that this wheel should come stock with a 5 amp charger at least, especially the one that was on the Kingsong S16, small, portable, fast. Yeah, this wheel, I just don't really understand why it has, it's silent, so that is nice, but just 3 amp charger, really slow. But you can fast charge it with a pit zoom charger with 10 amps in around 2 hours. Just a bummer, you need to, pay additional money for that. Should be included in the box, a pretty quick charger. Oh, and I forgot, this wheel does not have a seat in the box, but you can buy a seat accessory. I wish this would also come stock when you buy a $2.4 thousand wheel. Moving on, the surface area for the pads is pretty good, but here in the back we have slightly not enough space for the rear pads, and it's nice. It comes with this Velcro, and it also comes with stock pads out of the box. Really nice. Just didn't put them on because I'm just chill on this wheel. In the back we have a kickstand, really sturdy, like a stubby small kickstand, but really nice to use. And we also have a very, very new aggressive design to the foot plates. Those are actually MTB studs, and I believe they are screw-in. So those are really, really awesome. We also have sort of an angle in the back and in the front. I don't like angles on pedals, but plenty of people do. So yeah, I think this is the first design of pedals outside of Bigode that I really, really like. I mean, they look cool. They have the nice studs. They are very, very grippy. They look cool once again. They are not angle adjustable. Maybe it will come in the future with some sort of shim plate that you can put in here. So that's maybe one thing missing. But other than that, amazing design. I really, really like those pedals. And the stock angle is definitely a good one. I've already shown you the mudguard in the back. It is too short. The one in the front, you can see there's a lot of cavities here. So a lot of dust will build up here from the inside. I'm not really a fan of that. So the mudguard should be longer here as well. I really love the tire. Really nimble, really controllable, awesome tire, especially for city riding. And this wheel is just very stable. It's just nice to ride. I don't know like how to put it. It's just nice. And the foot plates and the whole body of the wheel is very high up the ground. So for off-roading, this could be nice, but in the city, actually, I think it could be a little bit lower. You definitely won't clip the pedals, which is great, but might take a while to get the right balance on the wheel. But once you get it, this wheel is a pleasure to ride. Oh, and on the top, you can also adjust the suspension on this wheel. I didn't actually do that out of the box, so I need to do a deeper dive on the suspension here. But as it is out of the box, the suspension is it's just great. I love it. It's so genuinely comfortable and nice to ride. It's just such a great cruiser for the city. And with that said, I'm gonna put my helmet on now and we're gonna take it out for a small chill spin around the park and around the city. Man, just having a wheel that has no pads is just so chill. And it's so beautiful here. This is Park Praski in Warsaw. So pretty here. Now for me, this wheel is just a commuter. This is a city cruiser, and it's generally just such a genuinely nice experience to ride on this wheel. I don't want to push it too much, although I will do a performance test later on, but it's just so nice to ride. I don't know what it is, it's just nice. But if you want to do stairs, even without pads, the suspension is good enough that I don't pop off from the pedals. You can see that. I mean, I just did stairs, no pads, no issues. Yeah, really good suspension design. And riding on this wheel, it just feels very balanced. And even though it's a big chonker, it's a big wheel, especially for the capacity that it has, it's so predictable. And I love how the body sort of conforms to your legs here with this sort of shape that it has. And it's plenty fast. It brakes pretty well, even without the pads. So, and I'm just going around the city and I need at least like, I don't know, 50, 60 kilometers of range. I mean, this is just a joy to use this wheel, especially with the suspension. I really love those paths here. It's so pretty. Yeah, autumn is so nice here in Poland, especially when it's not raining. Oh, people sweeping the streets. Just need to ride around a little bit. Dziękuję. And I have to also say that the convenience factor is amazing. Like you are on the wheel and you want to suddenly go somewhere, you want to just push it around, you just stop riding and you're just, you know, taking the trolley handle out and you're good to go. And it's so comfortable to push it around. I genuinely, you want to pick it up, don't even need to take the trolley handle down, you pull it up. Although, as said, it's not light. And you can see that when I like release the button here, it sort of like swivels back into space, into place. Whoop. Very nice. Very, very nice software. But yeah, if there's any stairs around, you can also push it up. It depends on the stairs, and your tire can't be wet, especially if you don't have any stairs going back to your home or something. This wheel is just comfortable. All right, so now I'm gonna take the V12S for some mild off-roading here. That's the terrain I usually take pretty much every electric vehicle that I test on this channel lately. Even scooters, e-bikes, other electric unicycles. And as expected, man, this wheel just floats. It just floats over those bumps. Even with the slightly smaller tire than compared, for example, to the Lynx or the, I don't know, the Blitz that I was riding a while ago. This thing is just floating over all of those bumps. And I don't feel like I need any more power on the V12S. Now, if you're a heavy rider, you might want to think about the InMotion V14, just because it has more torque. If you're bit of off-roading. If you want to concentrate on off-roading, then V14 is also the better choice here, or even the Pattern. But for like a little bit of everything at a much cheaper price than those wheels, this InMotion V12S is really, really a cool alternative. And it's also a missing link, because there's very few wheels that are slightly cheaper that I can fully, wholeheartedly recommend, that have a good axle, good suspension that won't break, and at the same time are not as heavy, for example, as the Lynx. But yeah, weight is definitely something that is still an issue, or something to keep in mind when riding on the V12S. Yeah, I love those points in here, close to the Vistula. Yeah, Warsaw is pretty. I mean, especially in autumn. Whee! So fun. I also love that you can set up all of the modes in the app. So you can do acceleration assistance, the wheel leans with you, making acceleration easier, pedal sensitivity, everything is the app. And I feel like the InMotion software is really, really good at just feeling connected with the wheel. So let's go up here. This is pretty steep, won't be easy, especially without pads. Maybe we can make it, though. Whoop. Oh, we made it. But at one moment the wheel was tilting forward, and that is the torque deficiency I feel compared to other more performance-oriented wheels. But hey, InMotion doesn't lie about it. They tell you it is not the most powerful one, and the software is very smooth at picking up the pedal dip, and then you can go back to, you know, your usual riding. So pretty here. And the suspension is working great. Over muddy terrain, this is definitely not the tire to choose, but somehow it manages to get through here. But I am fighting for survival. Ooh. I mean, I'm not happy for those drivers being in a traffic jam, but I'm myself very happy that I don't have one and I never have to deal with one. Just ride along, planning your business, not worrying about traffic. All right, I just found a spot, but I just need to get there, and it's a little bit sketchy, so I think it's a good idea still. Oh, no, don't press the button. Okay. Press the button again. All right. I pressed the button again. Voila. Okay, perfect. All right, I moved it back a little. But anyway, what's up with the V12S? Who is it for? What are its biggest upsides and downsides? And I also need to wear the glasses again. So I think that the InMotion V12S is a very safe choice, most importantly, and it's not extreme in any sort of way. Now the safety of it is very awesome, but at the same time I think it's just fun, it looks good, and it has very nice features. Pretty much everything you need from a wheel is stock on this InMotion V12S, well, minus the fast charger, the seat, and a good mudguard. But you know, taking into consideration that it has great foot plates, lighting, touchscreen, the Ride Connect feature, trolley handle, great lift switch, 2 charge ports, USB phone charging, IP rating, great kickstand, decent power and decent performance, I have to say that it is a pretty good all-around package. Is it the most range for your buck that you can get at this price? Of course not. You can get cheaper Begode wheels, you can even get a cheaper Kingsong wheel that will have more range, but at the same time, I don't know, I think this is just so well-rounded. Definitely the biggest con for me of this wheel is the weight, especially taking into consideration the battery size and weight sort of combo. I know, Patton S, 37 kilograms and probably 100 kilometers of range, and this one 35 kilograms and 50 to 60 kilometers of range. I'm yet to actually do the range test. But at the same time, it's also a lot cheaper, $2.3 thousand. But at the same time, wouldn't you consider a V11Y then for $1,600? Well, I wouldn't, because I just genuinely don't like riding this wheel, and I feel like it's, you know, I just don't like working on it. Maybe this is not the best to work on as well, but at least the suspension is great, and on the V11Y it's definitely not, So with that said, I think I'll leave it up to you what you think about this wheel. Let me know in the comments if you have it. What are your thoughts about such a product? And if you're still here, leave a like on the video. Subscribe to see more content about it. I'll see you in the next video. See you soon. I'm getting my Oryx soon. Damn it, InMotion, my butt is wet again. Those mud guards.